Hey there YouTube, it's Elizabeth. Today we're going to be doing some planty chores. I have plants to water, I have some moss poles to water. I will be getting a new plant today. I'm picking up a new plant from a seller on Facebook, so I'm excited about that. I need to repot some plants. I'm probably going to be repotting them back into the same pot, but I want to change out the potting medium and take a look at the roots. So come along with me as I do some planty chores, and yeah, let's get started. So the first plant we're going to water is my Monstera Peru, which apparently is a philodendron, but we can get into that later. So I just take my water bottle and put it upside down on top of the moss pole. And you can see the bubbles coming up. So I just let that sit. I put a towel underneath, like that. Alright, next one is my Monstera Esqueleto. Sometimes you kind of have to play with it. There it goes. Alright, next is the lechleriana. Is it going? Yep. I love this plant. Look at the cute fenestrations. How cute is that? My Philodendron silver sword. This plant has not rooted into the moss pole yet, but I still water through the moss pole to encourage the roots to make their way to the moss pole. Oh, there it goes. So I want to show you something on this plant. So it has this new growth here, and I don't know what part of it is. So this part is a new leaf right here. I don't know what this light green thing is. Is it a flower? I think it's a flower. And then it has this little nubbin here. I don't know what that is. It has this caterpillar, but I feel like there's something inside of here. And then it has another caterpillar with the leaf inside of it. So it's just this really odd structure going on here. So if anyone knows if this is a flower, let me know. And then what is this nubbin? And is this how a silver sword grows? I would be interested to know. I'm just going to add a little bit more to my silver sword. It's still crunchy at the bottom. Syngonium albo. Look at those gorgeous leaves. I love it. Oh, look what I was about to do. I forgot to put the lid on. One moment, please. All right, that's better. Oh, pretty slow, but it's going. This one has a new leaf coming out. Let me show you. See, right there. Oh, we're gonna fall over. Don't do that. But yeah, I can't wait till that unfurls. My Epipremnum pinnatum Baltic Blue. And my Epipremnum Marble Queen. it's going fast. So for my moss poles over here, the only one that needs watering is my Monstera deliciosa. This one I've recently watered, so this is nice and moist. My adansonii feels good. My standelyana is good. My Rhaphidophora decursiva, just get down here. That's good. But the deliciosa, let me squeeze the moss bowl. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. So that definitely needs a water. This one is all the way up here. I don't know if I can film this and reach. There we go. Is it going? Come on. There it goes. I have to show you this new leaf. This brings me so much happiness. So I put on some makeup and changed because I was out and about, but I have all the moss poles watered, and the rest of the plants either I need to bring to the sink or I need to go to with my watering can. So let's go to the plants that I need to go to with my watering can. It's Saturday, so I'm just fertilizing everything with the orchid mix, or the orchid food. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm going to water my bird of paradise, and the cat is always interested. This pot does not have any drainage holes. I know that's not ideal, but I just kind of know how much to give. So that's all I'm going to give it. Then I have, oh, the sun is bright. I have my Senecio radicans, is that the right name? From my string of fish hooks. So I just give it some water until water comes out of the bottom. Let's see water coming out of the bottom there. These alocasias and philodendrons I bring to the sink. Let's water these down here. I have my bromeliad pups. Just going to give them a little water. My peperomia, my Epipremnum pinnatum Baltic Blue cuttings. That might have been too much. And then I forgot my Pilea peperomioides all the way in the back here. You can have the rest. I'm going to come back and give this guy a little bit more. Okay, whoops, a little bit more for this guy. That's probably good. Let's go over here. Hey Chico, he's a good boy. I'm gonna have to stand up on the couch. Oh, maybe not. Alright, I've got my croton, Codium variegatum here, giving me some new growth, so that's exciting. This guy is thirsty. I'm going to skip my cacti and succulents. And go to my anthurium. Actually, I'm going to skip my anthurium because I want to take a look at its roots. So I will water it later. Let's move on to the last section. My Snow Queen plant here. pretty dry. And then my inch plant, Tridescantia zebrina. Doesn't need too much. Alright, and the rest of the plants, oh, there's one outside I'm going to get, and then the rest I'll bring to the sink. This fern is my only outdoor plant. It has seen better days, but it's been inside all during the winter, and the cats have really enjoyed playing with it. So now that it's nice and warm, it's back outside. So I'm going to give it a good fertilize and a good water. Alright, I've got my Monstera obliqua here, very cute, and I've got my Hilo beauty. The Monstera obliqua is doing great. It's putting out a new leaf. I recently got this off of Etsy. I love it. I love how it looks. I paid $70 for it. I thought you might be interested in knowing how much, so I thought I would put it out there. And then the Hilo Beauty, I got it at my local plant store. Let's just say it made it through, now you can see it. Let's just say it made it through the winter. It has 2 leaves, both are super small. My dog has just lost his toy under the couch. You'll have to excuse me for a minute. Okay. We're good now. So we're just going to give these a water. I put all my aeroids in a really chunky orchid bark with, I think it has perlite in it and charcoal in it. It comes in a bag. It's already pre-mixed, but I really like it. It's meant for not philodendrons. It's meant for Phalaenopsis orchids. I think it works great for aeroids as it's really nicely well draining, but that means I have to take all of them over to the sink to water them, which is fine. But yeah, let me go grab some more. Definitely don't want these sitting in water, so I'm draining them out as much as I can. I have my Alocasia Silver Dragon here. It is doing okay. It had spider mites, so I treated it. It has a new leaf growing. Ooh, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it's in there. Trust me, it's in there. But you can see there's some damage on some of these leaves. I'm tempted to take this out and repot it in a different potting medium. I think it might be a little bit too dense. I think I'll wait and see though. Yeah, I'll wait and see. I have my Philodendron Rojo Congo. I'm not 100% sure that it's a Rojo Congo. It might be a orange, Prince of Orange, but it was sold as a Rojo Congo, so that's what I'm going to call it for now. I think it's beautiful. I have it in a pretty small pot. I think this season I'll take it out and check on the root system and see if it needs a bigger pot, but for now it's doing great. I need more water. Okay, these can go back. Next I have my pinnatipartita. It is just one leaf at the moment. I bought it as a one leaf rooted cutting off of a lady from Facebook, and it's grown this leaf. The original leaf died off and it has not done a single thing. The root system looks amazing. I've checked on it twice. It looks great. But it's just done nothing. It's starting to yellow a little bit, so I moved it away from the grow light. I thought maybe it's getting too much light. I don't really know. It's kind of a wait and see game. So, yeah. I don't know. This pot, it has a drainage hole, but it's like clogged. So what I have to do is fill it up, let it sit, and then drain it off from the top. So I'll just let it sit a little bit longer. Let me go get some more plants. I have my Alocasia Black Velvet. Beautiful plant. I got this at my local plant shop. This is its newest leaf right here. It is so soft and velvety. It's had spider mites, but you know, I sprayed it and they went away, so I'm pretty happy with this plant. It's grown all throughout the winter. I just love its velvety leaves, and it's growing pretty well. So I'll just drain this one out now. And these can go back. Next is a Phalaenopsis orchid. I bought this as a rescue plant for $3.50 at Walmart. It had finished blooming, so it was just the leaves. This plant has actually had root rot twice, but it's come back twice, and I just have a feeling it's ready to put out a spike because it has stopped giving me leaves. My other orchid has rebloomed, and so I just feel like it's time for this one. So I keep checking on it, but no spike as of yet. So I'll keep checking because I know it, like, it's so close. It's so close. I have one more orchid. Well, no, I have one more Phalaenopsis orchid. Here it is. Look at that gorgeous inflorescence. So beautiful. So I bought this plant in bloom not even a year ago, and you know, she had blooms. The blooms died off. The spikes stayed, so I didn't cut them off. And she rebloomed for me from the same spikes, and it's just glorious. Beautiful color. Really, really nice. Can you fit in the sink? Yes. All right, let's put some of these back. Black Velvet, pinnatipartita. I almost forgot about my spathiphyllum. She is not doing so well. I repotted her in the orchid bark potting mix because I didn't know they were aeroids until recently, and she was in a really dense, moist potting mix and was not doing well. She just, sorry, you can't see my whole face. The plants are more important though. But yeah, she was not doing well. She was just dying. She had flowers when I bought her from Lowe's, and since then all the flowers have died off, and I've had to cut off all the brown parts from the leaves. And I'm not even hoping for flowers. Like, I just want new growth. I just want some new leaves. That would be nice. It does not get very much sun. Oh, let me rephrase. It doesn't get any sun. It's in a dark corner. This was an impulse buy. It's not my favorite plant. If it were nice and big and bushy, it would, you know, be really nice, but I just don't have room for a nice big full lush plant. So it's in the corner for now. Anyway, that's enough about this plant. Let's give her a water. Okay, orchids, you guys gotta move. I have one more plant. Okay, this is my Vanda orchid from Lowe's. So this is how they grow. They don't grow in potting medium. They just have their roots hanging loose like this. They're epiphytes, but they don't have any potting medium, so it looks really cool. Can I back up? And I can't show you the whole thing, but here it is. It hangs in a window. So I water this every single day in the sink, and once a week I fertilize it. So I have the camera on a tripod, but I have a handle on a cabinet above my sink, and it can just hang there to dry. It's only grown about an inch. Like, the newest leaf has only grown about an inch since I've had it, and I've had it for maybe 8 months. So it hasn't really done anything. It's lost a lot of roots and a couple of its leaves. So I don't know what else to do for this plant. It probably could do with some more sun. It's in a window, but it's in a north-facing window, so it's not the best. It could probably do with some more water too. I water it once a day, but I've heard even twice a day is good for Vandas. I think I just need to do some more research. Anyway, those are all the plants that need watering at the sink. So now we're going to switch gears, and I said at the beginning of the video I was going to go out and get a new plant. I actually got 2 new plants. So let me show you what I got. Okay, I got these 2 plants off of a seller on Facebook. I was after this one. This is a Philodendron Splendid. Look how cute! I don't have any of the velvet leaf philodendrons, so this is my first one, and it is ready for a moss pole. So it's in a little 3-inch pot, and I paid $30. I know it's a hybrid. I don't know what the parent plants are off the top of my head, but I've heard hybrids are best to start out with when you're first starting out with the velvet leaf philodendrons. And I really like my monsteras, as you guys have seen all my monsteras. But I thought, you know, I really like moss poles, and philodendrons take to moss poles really well, so why don't I get myself a Splendid and see how I can do with that. So the seller was late. He was having some issues, was really apologetic, said, you know, let me give you another plant for my time, for your time. And so he brought another plant with him. This is a pastazanum or a pastazanum. I've heard it pronounced pastazanum more often, so I guess that's what I'll call it until I hear differently. But look how beautiful it is. I don't know anything about this plant. I need to go on YouTube and look up some videos about this plant. I imagine it's similar in its care needs, but it has the same like 3-inch pot. The leaves are bigger, but they are also that velvety texture. So I am so excited. I'm starting my velvet leaf philodendron journey. I don't have room for these plants. I had to buy more grow lights and more plant stands off of Amazon. So those will be coming this week. Also, I have a couple other planty things to show you. I was at TJ Maxx and I got some plant pots. Here's the first one. Ooh, let me back up a little bit. Here's the first one. It was $6 on clearance. It has a drainage hole. So this one will be perfect for a plant with a moss pole. And it fits my aesthetic with all kind of white and light colored pots. The other one is a little bit bigger, but the same style. It's like a eggshell white, kind of not bright white, but kind of an off-white color. But again, perfect for a moss pole. It didn't have a price tag. I think she charged me $8 or $9 for it, but that's such a good price. I mean, if you were to get this at Lowe's or Home Depot or even Walmart, it would be, you know, between $12 and $18, I feel like. So I got 2 pots, 2 plants. I am going to make 1 moss pole. I'm not going to film it just because I feel like that's a lot for me to film. I'm going to film taking these out of the pots, checking out the root system, potting them in my aeroid mix, probably depending on how the root system looks. And then I'm going to put, if everything looks good, I'm going to put the Splendid on a moss pole. And yeah, so let me make a moss pole and I will get back to you. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I think we're too zoomed in. I don't know if this is a good angle. We're going to go with it. Let's pot up the Splendid. I have to say it like that. Splendid. So here's the plant. I made a moss pole. I have a pot. Oh, there we go. Can you tell I'm looking in the monitor? Everything's backwards. And I've got my potting mix. So let's dump it out and look at the roots. Ooh, okay. Very fine. Okay, yeah. First I was like, oh, there's no roots, but they're just very, very fine. So, there. You can see. Let me just show you. This is the potting mix that I use. It's called Better Grow's Special Orchid Potting Mix. All it is bark, charcoal, and perlite. Like it says, it's for orchids, but because these philodendrons are epiphytic, I figured it would work for them. Before we move on, this one is actually not epiphytic. I looked it up. The Postazanum is a crawler, and so I'm not going to use straight orchid mix for it. I'm going to add in just some regular soil. So I'm glad I looked it up, and I'm glad I didn't make a moss pole for this one because it wouldn't be able to grow up a moss pole. I mean, maybe I could force it up a moss pole, but it is a crawler. It grows along the ground and not up trees. So, yeah, you learn something new every day. I'm just going to put some of this orchid mix at the bottom of the pole. And I have the rest filled with sphagnum moss. Okay. Stands up good. Now, I think I want to wire this to the pole. So let me grab some wire. I have tons of this green wire, so that's just what I use. I just cut like 1-inch pieces. There's that. Alright, I have it attached to the moss pole and I'm just going to fill it up with the orchid mix. Okay, there it is. I'm going to put this aside and later on take it over to the sink. The moss pole is moist, but I'm going to just water the potting medium and fertilize it and then try and find a place for it. I'm trying to think where I'm going to put it. We'll find a place for it somewhere. Let's move on to the postazenum. I don't know what pot to put this in, but let's take a look at the roots first. That chunky stem. Dang. Wow, that is a chunk. Again, very fine roots. I think I'm going to keep it in the small pot. But I do have a little saucer that will fit. I got a little saucer for it. So I'm just going to keep this in here with much of the same potting medium and maybe, yeah, I think just keep it the same and give it, I don't know if there's any fertilizer in here. There's probably some slow release pellets in here. I think I see some. So it won't need a fertilize. I'm just going to gather up all this potting medium and let me scoot in. Put it back in and give it a water. Because, now I'm not 100% sure, but because this grows on the forest floor, it probably does not need as much light as an epiphytic plant, one that grows up trees. Which is good because I don't have enough, well, I don't get very much light at my house. So I'll be able to just stick it kind of anywhere. There we go. Cute. Very cute. I'll just give these guys a water off camera and fertilize the Splendid. And I am going to make little name tags for these guys as well. Before I do that, there are a couple plants whose root systems I want to take a look at. So let me go ahead and grab those. So this is my Prince of Orange Philodendron, and I feel like the potting medium is too dense, too waterlogged. I watered this a week ago and the top is still wet. So I don't think it's in the right potting medium. I'm going to dump the whole thing out and see what's going on. So Here's what I think happened. I bought this when I was new-ish to the plant world, and I think I just took it out of the nursery pot, put it directly into this pot, and just put orchid bark around it. But the core, like, of the root system is still surrounded by this super, like, compact, wet soil. So I am going to try and tease all that soil out and throw it away and just replace it with the orchid bark. It has, you're not going to be able to see, so I won't try and show you, but it has this like plug in the middle of soil, but it's a different type of soil, and it feels very spongy, and it's very waterlogged. And I just want to take it out because there's no way, like I'm squeezing it and water is coming out just like a sponge. Ugh. Let's get that out. I'm hearing a lot of roots snap, but I think overall this is going to be better for the plant. Okay, hey there, I'm back. My battery died. I had to charge up my camera. I finished teasing out the roots of the Prince of Orange, and I potted it back up. So hopefully it will be nice and happy now in its new potting medium. I also fertilized it, so it is good to go for the week. Next, we are going to do my Aglaonema. I just want to take a look at the roots of this plant. So this is an Aglaonema Ghost, I think is what it's called. I bought this at Walmart. I was sad when I bought this, and it's not a favorite plant of mine. It sits in a dark part of my house. It's grown like 3 leaves since I've gotten it. I've had it for maybe 8 months. So it's really beautiful if you look at it closely, but just sitting there, it doesn't do it for me. So we're going to show it some love today. Let's just dump it out, see what it looks like. Ooh, very nice. It's got some really nice roots on it. I don't really want to, anyway, I hope you can see that. I just want to put this, what is this? I don't know about this potting mix. I want to replace the potting mix. So this one has 4 growth points. This one has 1. Ooh, it's raining out. Yay, I love the rain. Okay, I am going to mix a little bit of my orchid mix just for added airflow to the roots with some just like general purpose potting soil. I have indoor potting mix with a picture of a croton on the front. So I'm sure this will be just fine. It says it has 6 months of fertilizer in it. Put these in. Oh, it's filling. Oh, it's on my lap. I think I'll just add a little bit of this and then kind of maybe fill it in the rest of the way with this. You can tell this is not highly scientific. I'm glad the roots look good. I was a little concerned about that just because it hasn't done anything. So I'm guessing it has to do with the lack of enough light. I do like looking at my plants, but most of all I like watching them grow. So when a plant doesn't grow, it's hard for me to enjoy it. Alright, so since this already has fertilizer in the potting medium, I don't need to fertilize it, so I'll just take it over to the sink and give her a water. That's all I'm gonna do today. It was a lot, but I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Bye!